Hi. Hi everyone. Thanks so much for joining me. My name is Stephanie Webb. I'm the founder of Eat Happy Nutrition. I am a holistic nutritionist, an eating psychology coach, and a mom of 3, and I help women take the guilt and stress out of nutrition and health. And right now you are watching part 3 of my 5-part video series on why you might not be losing weight. So part 1 on Monday, I talked about having a sedentary lifestyle. Yesterday in part 2, I talked about stress. If you didn't get to watch any of those videos live or watch the replay, you can go ahead and watch the replay today if you want. I'd love to hear any comments that you have about those. So today I'm going to be talking about part 3, which of the reasons why you might not be losing weight, and that is sleep. So I am going to explain a little bit of the science of sleep and then how that will relate to your inability to lose weight. And then I'll talk a little bit about things you can do to improve your sleep. So sleeping and eating are so intricately related. And this has been proven in study after study. It is very well established scientifically that no sleep or not enough sleep can lead to weight gain or holding on to weight. So when we sleep, our body has this really awesome, beautiful, amazing rhythm, biocircadian rhythm that gets us to sleep. And it's amazingly correlated to the sun. So we have these awesome rhythms in our body that correlate with the rhythms of the earth, which I think is just beautiful. So when it starts to get dark, when the sun gets lower, our melatonin levels go up. You've probably heard of melatonin. A lot of people take it as a supplement as a sleep aid. I'll talk about that another time. So melatonin, which is a hormone, levels go up. That helps induce sleep. And a lot of other hormones do a lot of important jobs during the night while you're sleeping. So cortisol, which I talked about yesterday, about stress, cortisol levels drop when you're sleeping. There's another hormone called insulin that I talked a little bit about yesterday too. When you are sleeping, insulin sensitivity is regulated also. If you are not getting enough sleep, a lot of these hormones that your body, that they're doing their job in your body, they don't get the chance to do their job. They need that chunk of time when you're sleeping. So if you're not getting enough sleep, your cortisol levels will be raised. So like I talked about yesterday, chronically high cortisol levels can lead to a lot of things, including weight gain or holding on to weight. There are 2 hormones as it relates to your appetite. You might have heard of these, leptin and ghrelin. Leptin is the fullness hormone that tells your body when you are ready to stop eating. And ghrelin is the hunger hormone where it tells your body when you're hungry. So when you do not get enough sleep, your leptin levels go down. So your body loses that ability to say, I'm full, I've had enough. Your ghrelin levels go up. So even if your stomach is not physically hungry or empty, your brain is producing more of that hormone that says eat more, which leads to eating more. So you can see it's not just about willpower. When it comes to diet and eating. When you are not getting enough sleep, there are so many chemicals and hormones in your body that are all thrown out of whack. They normally are doing this beautiful dance together to make things work as they should. And when you are not sleeping enough, they simply cannot do that dance. They can't do what they're supposed to be doing. So it messes with all those hormones. And so when you're tired, you've all been tired, so you know being tired is super lame. It doesn't feel very good. It also tells your body, and I talked on Monday about the things you're doing are telling your body how to act and what to do. So when you're tired, it's creating these perfect conditions to tell your body, store fat, gain weight. That's what I want you to do. When I'm not getting enough sleep, I am telling my body, I want to be fat. It's basically the message that I'm sending inadvertently, but still, that's what's happening. When you are tired, you step into this vicious cycle a lot of the time, and this might sound familiar to you. You wake up, you do not feel well rested, so you might rely on your morning coffee or caffeine. For some people, it can be Diet Coke. You can rely on caffeine to kind of pick you up and raise those energy levels that are down from being tired, which then you're probably not going to exercise that day because you're feeling lethargic and kind of gross and tired and you don't have enough energy. So you're probably not going to exercise or be active like you should. Probably when it comes to dinner time, you're not going to feel like cooking because you're tired and you've had a bad day because you're tired. So you're more likely to rely on processed junk food, really. Maybe takeout for dinner. Maybe let's just go grab a pizza, something easy. And then your body will get wired from that food, which will lead you to stay up late again. And then you start the whole process over and over again, which leads to chronic problems with those hormones and weight gain. If you were to do that like a few times a year, your body would be able to adjust and balance itself out. The problem is when you are falling into that cycle day in, day out, and it becomes your norm. It can be very disruptive to your health. Being tired is like being drunk. I've never been drunk, so I don't know, but when you are not getting enough sleep, the things that go on in your brain are similar to when you are drunk. Your impulse control is lowered. You are set up to make poor decisions, particularly when it comes to food. And so when you're placed in front of this pan of brownies, you're like, what the heck? I'm tired. Your brain knows I'm tired. Sugar equals quick energy, so your brain's going to be like, yeah, eat the brownies, dude, let's go for the sugar, because your brain knows it's a quick pick-me-up. It knows we're tired. It knows that will be a quick and easy energy boost. However, in the long run, it does not lead to health and happiness. Your brain doesn't work in the long run in that way, though. Those hormones are like instantaneous action, and so your brain isn't thinking about fitting in your jeans or your swimsuit. Your brain is just thinking energy. So you have to step into the driver's seat and control more of your actions, which will control the hormonal cascade that goes on in your body. So there's been tons of studies, like I said, done with sleep and weight gain, or the ability to lose weight. In animal studies, they've shown that animals will eat more when they're sleep deprived. People, when they are not getting enough sleep, it will lead to late night snacking. And more likely, that snacking will be made up of junk food carbohydrates like ice cream, candy, cookies, typical late night carb fest, right? And it also leads to eating bigger portions throughout the day, which can lead to weight gain. So basically, the bottom line is that sleep is nutrition for your brain. Just like your body needs the nutrients from food, your brain does too, but your brain absolutely needs sleep in order to be well nourished and to function at its best. And your brain is in control of your weight. And so if your brain is all out of whack because you're not getting enough sleep, it can lead to your weight being out of whack and not you being your best self. So the ideal window, I know you've heard this, is 7 to 9 hours. So a caveat here, I have a client right now who has a nursing baby, she has toddlers, young kids, and she does not get enough sleep. This might sound familiar to you. If you are in this situation, I know I'm standing up here preaching about the importance of sleep. However, if you are in that situation where you have young kids and your sleep habits are largely out of your control, it's okay. Have a little bit of grace for yourself. This too shall pass. I promise your kids will grow up and sleep through the night. Mine did. It's wonderful. Not every night. They still wake up sometimes, but the older they get, the better they sleep and the less they'll influence your sleep. So if your sleep habits are kind of run by a baby right now, it's okay. It's fine. Just chill, take a deep breath, and know that you'll be over this in a few years and you'll be able to sleep again and you'll be in the driver's seat. So for those of you that are in control of your sleep habits, here are a few things you can do to improve your sleep. Now, I also want to say that getting 9 hours of sleep does not equate having a six-pack. It's not like if you get enough sleep, you automatically have this hot body. But if you do not get enough sleep, you will not probably be able to have that hot body that you want. So one of these things goes together, right? So if you're not getting enough sleep, that can be an important player in maintaining a healthy weight. So the first tip for improving your sleep, you've definitely heard this one before, and I know this is a hard one, is electronics before bedtime. So if you are having a hard time falling asleep, you need to cut out electronics. Give yourself an hour before you lay down with no electronics. And I know this is hard. We have our phones plugged in right next to us and we're like, oh, I'll just get on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And, you know, if you're like the typical married couple, you're both laying in bed on your phones together. If you possibly can, and if you feel like sleep is an issue for you, really try to cut out electronics. If you wind down at night by watching TV, that's fine. Just give yourself that hour window before bed for your body, because it stimulates those brain waves and it will impact your sleep, ability to fall asleep, and the quality of your sleep through the night. The second thing is your sleep schedule. So I mentioned sleep rhythm. Our bodies have this natural sleep rhythm that we kind of need to get in touch with and tune into what our body wants. Some people are naturally early risers. Some people love to stay up late. That's okay. Figure out what your body likes and stick with it. The important thing is not to be all over the map. Like one day you're going to bed at 9 o'clock and the next you're going to bed at 1 in the morning. You really want to have a consistent sleep schedule, weekdays and weekends. And I know this is not like super fun party girl popular way to live. If you are one of those who goes out and parties on the weekends, you might be like, oh, that doesn't sound like something I want to do. That's okay. Just know that if you are struggling with weight loss, this might be a key for you. Getting into a good rhythm with your sleep and going to bed around the same time and waking up around the same time can make a big difference in your sleep hygiene. The last third tip I want to give for improving your sleep is eating. So like I mentioned in the beginning, sleeping and eating are intricately connected, and this also applies to when you eat. So how close you eat to bedtime kind of tells your body if you eat late at night, it's telling your body probably to store that food as fat. So aim for, and this is not a hard and fast rule, if you did not get enough calories during the day and you are starving at nighttime, I will never advocate starving yourself. Eat a healthy snack, but try to avoid eating after about 8 p.m. My personal rule is 7 p.m. And I say rule, that's not the right word. It's just what I aim for. Things change. I know situations are different. We were just out of town, so we were definitely eating later at night. That's okay. Cut yourself some slack. But on an average day, try to not eat within about 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, because it's more likely that those calories will be stored as fat as your body gets into that like rest and recuperation mode. So those are my 3 tips. I hope that was helpful for you. If you feel like you're struggling with weight loss, experiment with sleep and try to improve your sleep life. It won't only affect your weight. You know, it will make you a happier and healthier person all around. So let me know what you think of this down in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. If you are interested in learning more about my coaching programs, you can check out my website at eathappynutrition.com. And I will be back tomorrow with part 4 of why you might not be losing weight. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day.